We're all investors. We're all looking to find the best way to find true motivated sellers.
And guys, there's a lot of information out there on different lead sources, different ways to get in front of these motivated sellers. But how do you do it in a competitive market where there's a lot of people going after the same leads?
So what we did, we put the top 5 ways for you to find motivated sellers to close more deals in a saturated market. Before you get started, make sure you subscribe to our channel to get the hottest tips on how to wholesale properties, plus to learn more about how to wholesale fire damage properties.
Make sure you hit the bell so you can get notified every time we post a new video. In the last 5-6 years that we've been wholesaling together, motivated sellers is our primary focus and priority to get in front of these.
Listen guys, I've been doing real estate for over 16 years. After closing 750 plus properties, I dealt with my share of truly unmotivated sellers. I wasted countless hours, less thousands of dollars chasing these. So what we did, we put the top 5 ways for you to target truly motivated sellers so that you're able to start closing more deals. Okay, so let's get into the first tip, y'all. Let's talk niche data. When I first started, I'm telling you, I was doing anything that was free 99. Y'all know I was half Jewish, right? Well, I am currently half Jewish. So I wouldn't want to spend the money. So I went after a lot of generic data, regular absentee owners, like everybody else goes after. And I wasted a lot of time talking to unmotivated. Sure, they want to $1 million for the $500,000 house. It ended up being a waste of time, right?
For sure, and there's a lot of information out there where it can be hard to figure out what service to use. Luckily for us now, I mean, when Elijah first started 16 years ago, there wasn't as many sources to get data. A lot of this information is public, and our main goal is to target sellers who have experienced some sort of,
True motivation.
So things like divorce, they have vacant homes that might be getting city violations. They're going through foreclosure process. That means that they're motivated enough to want to sell their house at a discounted pricing. And so some of the ways that you can target those are via ListSource, which is a very popular now data source. So ListSource is where you can find data that is where you can find anything from bad credit, absentee owners, vacant, and there's a lot of different ways that you can actually target the data, right? Yeah. So what we've done is we've actually spent a lot of time and money investing in data, and we've done both ways. So we've actually been able to get, generic data, which is just all of the houses in our area.
Equity, equity.
Yeah, and so what we did is we had an experiment. We called all of those people. We went through the same process that we did in niche data. And so niche data is actually just where there's more information about the urgency that seller might have. And so they are going to be in our generic list. Those names are going to be in our generic list. However, if you can pay more upfront to get that extra information, that is what we mean by niche data. And so what are some of the niche data sources that we've been able to get deals from?
Yeah, so Jenny mentioned a couple of them, but like I said, those code enforcements, crucial. Probates, they already passed away. The heirs may want to do something with them. The divorces, you're hearing the urgency in each one of these. Divorce or water shutoffs. If the water shut off, guess what's going to happen there? Sometimes you have pre-foreclosures. You can have people who applied for refinances and now they got declined on the refinances. Each of these situations, they try to do something. There's some natural urgency that already existed before you even talked with them. It's a better use of your time going after true targeted niche data because they're already motivated. And what's the cost? What's the real cost? Because I thought, Jen, you remember, I don't want to spend money for the list. There's more dollars. I don't want to do that until you broke it down for me.
Elijah didn't want to spend more money for data up front, and as we know, data is king and queen, and having the right data up front really save you a lot of time and money, and a lot of just money in general, because when you are buying targeted niche data, you can skip trace less of it, so it actually ends up becoming a less cost per lead. And so what we realized is that by spending more upfront to target niche data records that we are paying again more upfront, we were actually spending a lot less money in the overall process because it was costing us less time and money actually get in front of a motivated seller. And so some of the resources that we want to share with you all is flipthisrealestatelyst.com. We will add it in the description box, so make sure you guys check him out. Some of the best data that we've been able to get and actually have closed deals from, and that again has saved us a lot of time and money by going straight to these motivated sellers.
And so in closing, y'all, make sure you invest the money up front, get niche data to make sure you cut down on all the BS time you're wasting chasing non-motivated sellers. Tip 1.
Okay, so a second way that's going to help you get in front of motivated sellers is called list stacking. So you have your niche data, you have data. What you're able to do is actually list all the different data sources to find out how many different pain points one source has. So let's say one person is in your absentee owner data, and then another person is in your bad credit data. You actually are able to use a system that will tell you that there's 2 different pain points for that one seller.
So guys and girls, let me take you back, all right? I'm talking about 7-8 years ago. You have to realize we were using yellow pages. We had the Google wasn't pulling up 1 or 2 numbers. It was very hard to get a hold of these people, okay? It's very hard to get a hold of them. Then we was able to skip trace them on mass levels, but now you're able to have access to so much information. Now, how do you know which is the right one to go after? By utilizing this revolutionary tool where you're able to take multiple lists and find out who has those multiple pain points, as Jennifer explained. If somebody has 1 pain point versus someone who has 5 pain points, who do you want to spend your time going after? Who do you want to talk, door knock, reach out to? You want to go after those ones who have multiple pain points, because that is going to put you in front of true motivated sellers.
So stacking your leads is going to be one of the most efficient ways that you can start targeting real motivated sellers. You're going to be using your data in a most efficient way while also saving time. And so one of the softwares that we've used is called Batch Lead Stacker. We highly recommend it for you guys. And the way it works is you upload all of your data. You're going to create some tabs so that you can organize it efficiently. And then it has a really cool filter where you're able to filter all of the different data points, and they have tutorials on all of this, guys, so they'll be able to walk you through it and help you figure all of the steps out.
So all you need to do, go to batchleadstacker.com, use a coupon code FIRE. We're going to give you that discount. Take care of the family, y'all. Start utilizing this tip number 2 ASAP.
And the third way to get in front of true motivated sellers is what sounds simple, but it is a very effective strategy of contacting sellers from multiple platforms, as well as following up. The fortune is in the follow-up, and I'm sure Elijah has a lot to say about that.
Well, that's one of my specialties. No, honestly, y'all, the fortune is in the follow-up, all right? Most investors are pretty lazy, okay? They rather just spend money at it and just throw it. We'll touch them one time, we'll get them by the masses. Well, if you don't have big, massive budgets, you want to make sure you're following up with these people multiple times, multiple platforms. I remember one seller, I followed up with him over 84 times over 2 years.
What?
We made $28,000 on that one deal. With how many other people only touched them once? You know what they say, out of sight, out of mind. When it's time to sell that property, when the other shoe falls, you want to be in front of them, you want to be following up with them using multiple platforms. So Jenny, what other type of platforms can they use to do this follow-up?
And I love that you talked more about the follow-up, because guys, we can't stress that enough. There's so many of our deals are from follow-up alone. Yep. And a lot of the people that are successful are actually really successful because their systems are in place where they're following up with people 6 months, 18 months in. And those are, again, that is part of the business. And so talking about the multiple platforms means there are different strategies to market them. Now, a lot of the traditional, or I would say popular marketing strategies right now are cold calling, sending out SMSs, sending out RVMs, and sending out mailers, right? Mailers are starting to come back. And so if you are doing multiple strategies, you have more likely chance to actually get in front of a motivated seller. That's really just pretty simple. However, one thing I do want to mention about that is that it can get very costly if you don't have a good system in place or you're not sure what you're doing. And so my recommendation is to try to master one marketing strategy at a time, and then start adding on to those. So that way you can have your data lead sources and then start adding different ways that you're contacting them.
And so I'm so glad you shared on that, Jenny, because remember, we want you at least 6 times, minimum 6 follow-ups, all right? You want to touch these people 6 different times, but like as you mentioned, it could get costly. So what you want to do, you want to start getting creative, all right? My name is Jim, and I'm buying properties in your area. No, hey, me and my wife, we're moving in this area. We're looking to buy this property. Hey, my daughter's going to school in this area. Would you be open to selling this property? You want to use different names, different platforms, different strategies to let the homeowner know, like, hey, you know what? I don't want to sell it to an investor. I want to sell it to a homeowner. I want to sell it to a couple. I want to help out a college student. By giving them multiple creative ways that when you're following up, just increase your chances for that motivated sellers to do a deal with you.
Have you struggled finding motivated sellers in your market?
Comment below with what strategy you use or what lead sources are you going after. We want to hear from you. Are you doing door knocking? Are you going after pre-foreclosure, absentee? Comment below so we can hear you.
Let us know. Okay, so the 4th way that you can start getting in front of motivated sellers is to specialize in a niche. And so a niche can be anything that is really a problem that you're able to solve. As investors, yes, that is our #1 priority, to be problem solvers. And so you can find a problem that not a lot of people are solving and start specializing in that. Get knowledge in that, interview people, do whatever you have to do to get become an expert in that problem, and you will find new ways to get in front of these motivated sellers, and you will be the one person they want to work with because you are specialist in that niche. So Elijah's had a lot of experience actually becoming an expert in these niches, and he started off
with pre-foreclosures, right? And so was what I decided to do, and I started door knocking. And by being door knocking, I started specializing in door knocking pre-foreclosures. And so the more I did this, it's my first little taste of dealing with a true motivated seller. They have to do something with the property, so I knew that, hey, there's a way I could specialize in helping these pre-foreclosures. Another one we started with, super simple but super niche, probate deals. I realized, hey, the more attorneys I took out to lunch and did some interviews, asked questions, the better I was more equipped to solve these probate problems. Super simple, super easy, but the more I did this, I started specializing in solving large estate issues, right? Yeah. And then what do we stumble into after, Jenny?
The fire damage niche. And as you guys know, by us being able to become specialists in this area, now we're able to add different type of value, and we know where to find these leads that no one else is really going after. And so
not only are no people going after these ones, but we have acute knowledge where we're able to be the expert, not only in this market, but across the country, because we decided to focus and become an expert in specializing in this niche.
The 5th way to get in front of true motivated sellers is referrals.
Referrals.
We love referrals because at the end of the day, you get to build relationships with people who have an incentive to send you these referrals, and they get something out of it, you get something out of it, and you're able to help a real motivated seller who's gonna trust you more because they were referred by someone that they know. And it's really been one of our favorite marketing sources because it is low cost and it is pretty consistent once you have developed that relationship, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys and girls, referrals are one of the most cheapest way to get leads and opportunities, and the most overslept, slept on, overlooked niches.
Not a lot of people talk about it.
And see, all you're letting them know, hey, first and foremost, what you do, and most importantly, what's in it for them to refer that opportunity to you. A couple extra words could turn into a couple extra $1,000 per month for you.
So let's talk about some ways that you can actually start getting referrals and fast. Well, we have so many different ways that we have been able to get referrals, and obviously it's going to be in your network of influence. Everyone that knows you should know what you do and what's in it for them to send you a lead. We call that
the 5-foot rule. The 5-foot rule. So anybody who comes within 5 feet, especially starting out, you better know what you do, that you don't flip burgers, that you don't flip houses particularly. You help buy houses, and you can pay them $500 to $5,000 consulting fee, not referral fee, consulting fee for referring the opportunity that you end up buying. Okay, that 5-foot rule that goes to everybody in your influence, everybody in your circle, everybody at Starbucks. I made a $7,000 check at Circle K talking on the phone. Lady heard me behind me, heard me talking what I was doing with real estate. I explained to her what I did and what's in it for her to do a deal. Her mom was selling a property right from Circle K. I ended up buying that deal, made $7,000 off of using that 5-foot rule.
So even if you're not at Circle K and this doesn't happen to you, you can actually target other people in different industries. It's one thing that we always talk about in our fire damage niche is how to actually get fire damage leads, not by firefighters and your traditional sources. There's a lot of bad information out there. Once you get into the niche, you realize that there's other people who are talking to your client. And so regardless of what niche or in any market, think about who is talking to a motivated seller.
Think about that.
And then how can you create a relationship with them to add value to them so that they can start sending you leads and they can get a consulting and referral fee if you're able to purchase the property and wholesale it.
See, now you were talking about attracting opportunity versus only chasing opportunities. Like board up companies, those guys, they're already going to these fire damage properties, they're going to city violation, code enforcement, vandalism properties. They're already talking to our motivated seller. If you can get in contact with them, let them know what you do and what's in it for them to refer that dead lead that they may not get paid on. You can refer them, they can refer that deal to you, and now you're able to pay them a consulting fee. Now you just attracted this opportunity as they're already doing a 9 to 5 regular job. Another good source of this one we want to share with you guys, the mailmen. The mailmen are great, and mail women too. All right, let's be clear. Let's keep it gender specific. These people are already out there. They're doing their job. They know which mailbox is stuffed with mailers that nobody's came for over 5-6 months. They know which one's been sitting there, which ones are active, which ones are which people houses are just a little dilapidated, looking a little rough. They're already out there. They don't know to send you that rough, dilapidated house, take a picture of it and send it to you. They don't know to take that mailbox and send that to opportunities to you. You want to make sure you let them know what's in it for them to send that referral to you. It's simple, guys. Going after motivated sellers, you simply have to do what other investors simply aren't doing. Remember, you have to go after your niche data, okay? You want to list stack them, all right, so you get the multiple pain points. Then you want to make sure you're doing your follow-ups. And then not only do your follow-ups, you want to get creative with your offers. And most importantly, don't forget on your referrals. The fortunes in the follow-ups, don't sleep on your referrals either.
Guys, doing the same thing that everyone else is doing is going to give you the least chances to get in front of a true motivated seller when there's so much competition around. That's why we love sharing our exclusive niche of wholesaling fire damaged properties, which we talked about a little bit. However, this is one of the hottest niche, and we actually have a free trading video. If you click on the link below, you submit your name and email, you're going to watch a quick 5-7 minute video teaching you exactly how we wholesale these deals, how we earn 3 to 4 checks on one opportunity, and how you can too. And so make sure you click on the link below and check that video out.
And make sure you join our free Facebook group, Fire Damage Profits. Be a part of the community of like-minded people all eager to locate, motivate, and close on these fire damage opportunities. If you got value and you really like this last video we shared with you, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're not only going to share you tips and strategies on wholesaling, but also our exclusive niche of how to wholesale fire damage properties.
You can also check out a video that we did on the 5 reasons why you can start wholesaling fire damage properties, and let us know in the comments what other type of videos you want to see.
And like we like to say, each one teach one, each one reach one. Go out your way today. Be a blessing to someone. Salute.